Hello and welcome to the show, where it appears I might have turned up to the rather wrong car meet. For today's team adventure, we were going to do a Dodge versus Chevrolet, a classic battle. And everybody built muscle cars. This is for B-Class, admittedly, a little bit more restrictive, and I try to be different, and I've got a Durango, and I don't know if it's going to work, pretty much. I don't really know what's going to happen in this one. The hope is that the Durango is going to be very good off-road compared to everything, and it should be the best car in the corners. It's got, by far and away, the most modern chassis here. I mean, the most modern car outside this is 1979. I also have all-wheel drive. Now, some of these vehicles may have swapped in all-wheel drive. It's unlikely that many will have. In B-Class, you might not have a crazy amount of PI to work with. They will wobble their way through the corners. It's going to be weird in that I'm going to have a massive SUV that's going to out-handle everything here. It's on its standard tyres. Look at it go! It has acres of grip, but it also weighs... So this actually starts off an A-Class. I had to drop the PI down by adding a roll cage, by adding the light bar on the top, and the massive heavy bumper bar at the front. So, I mean, yeah, it's been dropped down into B-Class to actually get into this race. We've got a Challenger around ahead of us. Now, everything is going to fly past us in a straight. We have just under 500 horsepower, which is all very well and good, but we weigh more than anything else here by quite a lot. And, well, it's safe to say 600 to 800 horsepower is more like what a lot of these cars are probably going to be running. We're all over the back of the Challenger. That Challenger isn't flying away from us down the straight. Do I have a dive at turn 1? I'm kind of tempted by having a dive at turn 1. Okay, that's got more grip than most of the other cars that we're seeing. I can definitely do that next lap around. I didn't want to go too crazy and put them straight in a wall. At this juncture, we've got way more high-speed grip here. We can absolutely throw this car through the corners. Now, I know Danger Man's machine is all power and no real grip on that one. Big rear tyres and no front-end grip. But basically, that's fine, you know. You need cars like that a little bit for these sometimes. You need a car that's good. Ideally, your team wants to have a car that's good at something, like specialised in each bit of the adventure. Well, it helps you to have cars all crazy specialised, but yeah, you want a car that's good off-road. You want a car that's crazy fast in straight line to try and rack up points with different parts of these adventures, basically. And this Durango is looking actually pretty solid at the moment. We've got to find a way past the Challenger ahead of us here. If we can do that, we can take a victory for our team. Do we have a big dive at turn 1? Okay, there's a little... Okay, that one there was a little bit too big of a dive. I apologise on that one. I will lift off the throttle and wait for that, because, yeah, that was... it was ambition. It was ambition from me. I thought we could maybe do it, but just not quite got the brakes to get away with that. It's fair enough. So last time around we tested it a little bit, and I may then overestimated the abilities of the Durango. Now, one thing that has done is he's brought Danger Man closer to us, which is not really what I want to be doing. Particularly, I don't want to be fighting with that Daytona. Oh, you see the Challenger just really struggling. I don't have any of those concerns. I have none of those issues. We just sort of turn, go. We have lots of grip. We have quite good brakes. It's quite nice in this car. And around the final corner, we go. Look at this. We're just yeah, sort of stuck on the road. We have grip. We have brakes. We have traction. We don't have any top end. Now we might find ourselves a little bit of trouble here, because Danger Man's going to come soaring past, and they're going to be in the way for turn 1, because I want to do that, and I can carry that sort of speed in the Durango. Now we're going to slow Danger Man a little bit, because there's no point Danger Man going to the inside there. He knows he can't take the corner speed. Nothing can do about it there. Can't follow me through here either with that sort of speed. Well, he can, but he'll clonk the wall doing so, basically. We can then be flat through here. It's no problem. It's not an issue at all for the Durango. Little lift through there, just to get it settled nicely. And we try and chase down the Challenger again. Points are still very finely balanced. I need to be braver maybe into that corner slightly. We're catching back up, but it's really going to be... We're going to have one more lap to do it. I don't know where we're going to get a pass done, because it's not going to be turn 1 was probably the spot. And the good news is Blazing's car isn't that much faster than me down the straight, so if I can get it past, it won't just murder us to the start line. Danger Man's fallen back again, won't get us into turn 1. Yeah. Okay. Our turn to bump the wall through there. We don't hit the sort of collapsible wall, though, so we don't lose that time. I know where we're going to have to do this dive, I think. Durango. Now is the time. Use all of the grip that you got. We're going to be flat through here, and then we've got to have a dive into the next corner, I think. If we're close enough. Are we going to be close enough to that orange machine? No, we're not. We're not quite. Can we get out of here well enough to do it into the final turn? We are right on the Challenger's bumper, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe I should have bided my time a little bit more rather than that half-assed attempted dive. Yeah, we're going to be right on the bumper. They brush the wall, but we're not going to have the acceleration to do it. That's a good race. Yeah, little ambitious by me, and I just didn't quite have time to recover. We basically pushed the Challenger across the line. It's going to be a Dodge 1, 2, 3, I think. We might be on different teams. In fact, there are 4 Dodges. Oh, no, 5 Dodges, sorry. Of the 5 Dodges, they get a 1, 2, 3, 4. It was the way to go, apparently. God, dear. 50 points in it. 50 points, that was it. That's a close round. That's a close. You know, it's a good round. You know, it's a good round when you get to 50 points, and I was literally there on the bumper of the first place car. I'm pleased. So far, I am happy with my Durango. That's only been one race. We'll see if that tune continues throughout this entire adventure. We are on to our second race. Now, we're going off-road here. I don't have off-road tyres on my car. Ooh, although we do start on pole. This may make life easier for me. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't have off-road tyres on my vehicle. I'm on whatever the Durango comes as with standard. I have no PI to work with. As I said, I had to drop it down, so we're working with what we can in this vehicle. But it's all-wheel drive. Okay, I'm probably not the only one all-wheel drive here. I would imagine someone's converted their car to all-wheel drive. Maybe one of the Camaros that has a lower starting PI. Maybe something's running rally tyres. Of course, with the power these muscle cars have to start with, a couple of upgrades and they will jump up in terms of PI. So it's quite possible that a lot of them aren't running rally tyres either. It looks like Blazing's vehicle's all-wheel drive because it got off the line to match me. So if you're going to match this off the line on the gravel, you're going to be all-wheel drive, pretty much. We'll see if anybody else is. It looks like it might be a battle between us for honours through some of these races. I'm not going to say all of these races yet because there might be some more specialised cars for other circuits, but yeah, certainly around here it doesn't look like we've got anything else monstrously fast back there to challenge us. Now, it might be the case that the two of us are the fastest cars around this track, but we still need the rest of our team. You know, even the cars that are not suited to this track need to hopefully go as quick as possible to try and score some points. I'm going to try and fend off, I think, from that car. I fear it's going to be quicker than me down these straights, which means I'm going to have to be faster in the corners. Can I be? I hope so. I hope so. It's going to try and have a look. The final turn is not where you want to be shoving your nose up the inside. Mostly because you're on such a tight line, to make that one and not have a massive crash, you've got to have a huge lift. Just because you're on such a tight line on the way into the corner. Yeah, that's a really difficult place to pass. It's a difficult place to pass in cars that have got some grip. If you're, completely wacky, no grip at all and sliding around like mad, then it's a little bit of a different story. Because then there's more braking involved. But for me, that corner is barely a lift. To shove your nose up the inside there, you've got to have sublime levels of grip, different to me, to make that one work. So yeah, not quite for the Challenger. I'll be careful though, because there are definitely bits around this track that I'm faster than it at, but it does also keep pace. It's not being dropped by a crazy amount, so it's going to be there. It's going to be pressuring. We've had a terrible midsection to this race. There was a disconnection, but we've had a terrible midsection to this one that has. The red team has completely fallen apart in terms of scoring points here, so it's not good. That is not good whatsoever. Are we flat through this corner? Yes, we can be. Okay, I suspect the Challenger is close to flat, but probably not quite. Let's not run too deep. It's very tempting just to throw the car into turn one, and it's great when you've got a car with loads of grip. It has grip, it's just not got loads. It's got loads compared to everything else, pretty much, which is nice. We're back to my traditional builds of cars that have all the grip in the world and get murdered by everything down the straight. This one's a little more understandable, mind. This one makes sense. There's not so much this is not so much a choice of build, it was the choice of car that's forced me to go for that route. Which is odd, talking about a Durango. I have to go for a handling machine because I picked a Durango. It doesn't necessarily... When you say it like that, it doesn't necessarily make sense. But in the context of what we are doing, It does. Also, don't roll on that dirt there. It's always the tarred howl of fear. I haven't rolled on that for... No, don't even bloody say that. I know if I say that, that's going to be cursed. That's really going to be the full force curse of the commentator shall strike you down if you say, finish that sentence. We have been pulling clear of the couple of blue cars behind us. We've got Portal Cat in fourth with, I think it was a Camaro. I mean, this is really telling us who has cars suited to off-road, and the answer is not Red Team. That's a problem for us. You know, there is another dirt round. In fact, actually, if we're going to win this adventure at all, we have to win at the other dirt round. Crap. That's bad news. Yeah, that's not the news you kind of want when your team's really struggling off-road. Last. Could have done with winning that first round. Nothing I can do about it now, other than score all the points I can in these. Actually had a little bit of a scruffy lap by me here. The Dodge is a little closer behind us. I think this is going to be all Dodges, all Dodge podium, is it? Yeah, it's the two Challengers. Two Challengers are just doing well. Danger Man's down in 7th with that Daytona, of course, not suited to off-road at all. And we saw the power that thing had. Up, down Broadway is really not going to be working at a track like this. That is to be expected. Now, where is that Challenger going to go? Is that going to try and find a way past us through here? I don't know if it's got the grip through this section. It might if it has a good run. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We have to be spot on again. Let's not follow a Challenger across a line for the second race in a row. That would be annoying. Okay, set the car up nicely through here. Towards the hairpin we go. Yep, we pulled a nice little gap. That's good. Keep that up. Don't make any silly mistakes into the hairpin itself. We'll get around here nicely. Use our all-wheel drive traction. I mean, this thing, compared to everything else in this field, this is such a tame car in many respects. Just a tame vehicle. Okay, it looks wacky and looks stupid with that massive crash structure on the front and everything, but it's so much easier to drive than everything. I just throw this about, doesn't really matter. It's got tons of grip and sort of tons of safety almost. Oh, a little bit of a wonky line into that final corner. Thankfully, the Challenger is actually as wonky as I was. Slides out wide, can't do anything. I mean, yeah, we had to keep our wits about us in that one. The Challenger was right there. It followed us the entire way around. It just never quite find a way past in the end. So we'll take that. Charger Daytona got up to 6th in the end of that. It was 70s Camaros in 5th and 7th. We head next to the Greendale Club Circuit. A track I'm probably not going to enjoy here. I'll be honest. Ooh, we're buried in the middle of the pack. Okay, we'll launch quite well, but probably not well enough. It's the long back straight. My car will be very quick through the twiddly section. It'll probably be the fastest. But it then will get slaughtered by the high-powered machines down the straight, and it can get stuck in that handling section, whereas those cars won't get stuck on the straight. They'll go left or right. They'll find a way past. The Durango's wide, but it's not that wide. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see what can happen in this one. Jesus, some powerful cars around here. Off goes a Daytona. There goes Danger Man's Daytona. We might be we're not quite. So yeah, like the initial launch is good, and after that, like 0-60 is good in this. After that, it's not got much. It's just to be expected. Very big and not much. Well, it's not much power, like 500 horsepower, something like that. We're around the outside of everything there because it's just got the grip to do it. That is a blue team car that will have missed the checkpoint, and we're still going to go keep on the outside. There we go. Nicely done, Durango. Keep that up, and we will be sorted. I think Clark and Danger Man are probably going to be the ones to watch around this track. I think me and Blazing are going to suffer similar fates of, like that really. Oh, crap. Sorry, I'm bad on Danger Man. Didn't mean to put them in the bloody collapsible wall through there. But yeah, it's the actual lap time wise, we could probably run lap times as fast as these power cars, but to beat them, we have got to be running in clean air, basically. Now, I'm kind of hoping Blue Team screw themselves over a smidge here. If Clark can fight with Blazing and they can both slow each other down, that would be wonderful. Here comes that Daytona. Just stay out of the way of it. We know it's going to come soaring past, but I also know it's not going to be able to stop for turn 1. You know, it's not going to have the grip to get through here, so we can just drive the Durango up the inside and make the place. I'll take it. I'll take it. Can we go and find a way back past Clark now? Through here, maybe. We clonk our way past. So if we're going to beat Clark, we're going to have to be far... We're going to have to get really past on sort of like maybe the exit of this corner or entrance to the next one, because we've got to be far enough away that he can't catch us by turn 1. Now, to the inside through here, I can carry great speed and force that Camaro on a really awkward line, and it's not going to like that. I think the Challenger might be the way to go at this track, because it matches, it's close to me in terms of cornering grip and that bit faster down the straight. So I do think that might be the slightly better way to go. And it's also had a bit better timing that it's not had to do this fighting that I have had to do. We'll have to see whether I can do it about catching it if I get some clean air, but... Okay, we'll let Clark's car go past, don't care about it too much. Oh, I missed my braking. Oh, that's a little too much through there. That's... Yeah, slightly misjudged by me. It's okay, we can recover from this, because you can't hold it side by side through there with that Camaro. And then we'll just sit on the inside and we'll take those position away. We need that position for a red team here. If we're going to stand a chance of winning this round, we need to keep hold of that position. Are we really in the Challenger? Maybe a smidge. It might be a smidge a lap, but is it enough a lap to do anything about it? Is it going to be like Broadway, where we catch it right at the death and don't have time to do it? Maybe Broadway was my fault. Oh no, that's helped me out. It's going to have to be a final lap screamer again, I think, from me, if we're going to do it. God, it's just the grip. We just have so much more grip than everyone else. And while they are way quicker than we are down the straight, they're just not able to stay anywhere near close enough, really. Oh, Blazing's made a mistake into turn 1. That is not what the Challenger needed here. That is not what it needed at all. Okay. Because I said, well, it gets close to matching us through the corners. It isn't quite as quick as the Durango through these turns. I can change direction better. I have a little more confidence in this car. It stops a bit better as well. Where are we going to have a dive, though? That is the question. Because turn 1 is the easy place to get an overtake done. Through here is tough. I mean, saw how we got past Clark. I might have to do it into this corner here if I can get to the inside and do a good job of covering it. Now we are to the inside. Oh, almost. There we go. I mean, we are now alongside on the exit. We will get the pass for now completed. Take the lead of the race. Good for points. We're going to move across. I mean, the Durango cuts a huge hole in the air that the Challenger will like following in. Challenger is to the outside. We are going to have to not mess up turn 1 if we can help. I might have actually gone a little early on the brakes there. Yeah, don't mess up turn 1. Don't run wide. Don't do anything stupid through this section. Clark's car is still there if we take each other off. You know, it's not fallen too far back. It's not having as many struggles as Danger Man's car is around here. Okay, we've got a couple more corners to go, and if we can keep neat and tidy through them, the Durango is in a good position here, because we know that Challenger is quick down the straights and is probably a smidge quicker than us, but it's not going to be able to get close enough. We'll head around the final corner and we will leave the blue team cars in the dust. Onto the start-finish straight we go. There is nothing to challenge the Durango for a victory here. Ooh. This is turning out to be quite a shrewd decision by me to go for the silly vehicle and downgrade it. I mean, yeah, it drives pretty well, considering the only things I've done is made it heavier and add a wing on it. It's literally all I've done is made it heavier and add a wing on it. It is actually driving pretty well, and with everything else being a bit bonkers and ludicrous on the power front, it makes it seem like it's a track car in this bloody field, and it is certainly making the lap time. Well, it is a victory for me, and it's a victory for Red Team. There is not going to be a shutout this time around. We are back off-road for our 4th race here, the Highland Farm Scramble. A rather different off-road event to Tarnhouse. This a lot quicker. Cars without... I was going to say cars without off-road tyres, but considering I don't think anybody here does have rally tyres. Grip is a slight bit less important. Power vehicles fare a smidge better, but of course power vehicles in this lot are... a bit ludicrous on the power front, shall we say. So I don't know how it's going to work really. We're going to enjoy our all-wheel drive. I suspect we're going to see a couple of challengers around in no time to give us some grief. Purple Petrols and whoever Blazings have gone are probably going to be following us around. Danger Man, if you want to take the lead of the race, you are more than welcome to, because you're about to go on dirt and that Charger is going to have a panic, I suspect, around this corner. Yeah, there we go. Boaty oversteer has occurred. I don't actually want to be on the outside because Boaty oversteer is going to occur and head it off towards there. Now, they've got good power down that section. That section is good for them. Oh, I'm going to end up running into a block of metal that I can't quite get past here. We're going to have to work for this one, I think. Just my lack of straight line speed compared to these machines could be a problem. Blazing's about to run into the same block that I have been having trouble with. They might have enough power around this track. Possibly. They might have enough power around this track because I have all-wheel drive, I don't actually have any off-roady tyres. I just have standard tyres on this thing, which, okay, are better than some tyres, but they're still not great. Let's get slowed down for turn 1 here. Yeah, we might actually have trouble winning. I say winning in this one. We're still going to hopefully score some good points. Red Team are not having a good time here. Christ. It has fallen apart for Red Team. We were alright the last track. Here is not going to go, I don't think. Danger Man is almost wheeling off towards the wall through there. Yeah, we can carry decent speed through these corners, but it's not enough to make up for our lack of straight line speed down the back straight. This next corner is really where we're going to have to make every bit of lap time almost through here. We've got to be absolutely on it, because this is one of the corners where those cars will potentially struggle. Oh, we almost slid up into the door of Blaze. Oh, I think I got slightly caught on the wall. I suspect it's just going to come back past again anyway, though. So, probably get me down towards turn 1. You follow the Durango's massive hole in the air that it's making. Clark made a mistake. He put Danger Man to the lead of the race, although Danger Man almost hits the building. Danger Man can keep that in a straight line. Almost. Nope, Danger Man's in a building. Danger Man did put that one in a building, but unfortunately now we've been held up massively through there. I tried to get around the outside and I got my bloody crash bar stuck on the bloody car. We've actually lost a whole heap of positions. That's unfortunate. Just a bit of miscommunication. Oh, Blazing may have missed a checkpoint. Purple Petrol made a mistake of some description through there. Well, I think Clark might have got the win on this one. I think Blue Team are going to get the win in terms of points as well. I'm desperately trying to chase down anything I can here. Don't run. Oh, we ran out to the wall. Quite literally, we ran out to the wall there. We gave it a bit of a tap. It was only a little bit of a tap. It's fine. Can't do anything about this Daytona. I don't know if I fear the corner where I'm going to make a pass is then going to lead on to this straight, in which any gain I've made is going to be lost. Although that thing does slide off towards the wall again, it might not survive another round quite as nice. I mean, it survived the first scare, it just couldn't survive the second part of that crash. It actually had a crash in 2 parts. In the first part, it was okay and recovered. The second part, by the houses at turn 1, it wasn't okay with. It really, really wasn't okay with that. We're just going to follow through here. We should be able to dive up the inside. It's just like the transition onto the dirt the Daytona can't manage well enough. So we'll get that. Oh, but then we're on a funky line. We can recover from that. Yeah, here it comes again. It's a good little battle between 2 very, very different cars here. And cars that be having 2 very, very different sort of sessions, a very different adventure. Oh, that's almost perfect on the old slide job there. Almost got it perfectly parked in front of the Daytona. Just couldn't quite keep it there. Just got too much power. There's too much straight line speed in that thing. I think about 800 horsepower? Is that one running? Not sure. Quite a lot. Either way, that is going to shoot off into the distance. We're clear of Purple Petrol at least. Red Team have brought some points back, but nowhere near enough here. On the brakes for turn 1. We're nice and early getting stopped through there. Danger Man, not so much. I mean, it is, very difficult stopping what is a pure tarmac power car into turn 1 there. It's not going to enjoy turn 1 at all. Now, can I do anything through here? No, not really. It's going to slide across in front of us again. Annoyingly, I know, if Danger Man doesn't make a mistake, which is currently looking like the Daytona is having a big wobble. We had to really dive that. I didn't really want to dive it that much, but we are past. I was about to say if we got past there, we've got to be absolutely perfect through here if we're going to do this, and we're not because I've got some oversteer mid-corner. No, we're going to lose out to the Daytona. I mean, it's a teammate car, that's okay to an extent. It's going to try to go around the outside here. That is brave after what happened earlier on. We'll at least block in the purple car so it can't beat us. Good race. It's a good race with some very different cars. Couldn't quite catch Clark. Too quick in a straight line, that machine. We get a podium, though. We keep up our run of podiums with the Durango. Yeah, it does have the top end of the rest of the cars. It's down on power. It's probably running half the horsepower of some of the vehicles here, and is heavier than everything. So, yeah. However, that being said, we had a rather excellent race. So I will take that, I'll take that third position at the end of the day. Well, this is the final round for this team adventure. My team has lost, whatever happens here. That's not what I wanted around this track. My car should be good. My SUV, my truck, my ramming machine, pretty much, should be quite good. Wrong Dodge, really, to call it that, but unfortunately, the car I'm most worried about is starting on bloody pole, or front row, either way. We've got a lot of traffic to get through. Now, if we can do it quickly, we saw how good handling this thing was in relation to what we're driving against. So if we can get this start, if we can get out of traffic early on, I mean, a win is certainly not impossible around here. I would be disappointed if I didn't get top 2. We definitely have the vehicle for that. It's whether I can chase down that Challenger in time. I'm going to wait for it. I'm expecting everything to understeer like crazy through here. Sadly, there's so many vehicles. It's just there's so many cars going through there. Me trying to sneak up the inside is... Yeah, it's not easy to make anything happen there. Clark's not got the turning. Oh, there's some lag from somebody. I do apologise. I was going into the corner, there was a space, and then as we got to the corner, suddenly it wasn't, as cars were laggy, jittery around a little bit. We're on the outside here. We're going to go to the inside on the exit. Now, this is the one bit of the track that my car won't like. Okay, we are going to be slower down here than anybody else. Just about than anybody else. This Portal Cat's not very fast either with that. There comes Danger Man's lunatic machine. I don't really want that on the inside, though, because I want to try and beat... This is the traffic. This is the traffic I can't afford to have. If we're going to catch the leader, which I don't think we're going to. I think we've lost too much time already here. That catching the leader is going to be so difficult. Oh, finding street furniture. We may have one of the fastest cars here. I would expect that we have the quickest car around this track. But it won't matter because traffic on lap 1 is going to cost us too much time. Unless there is a mistake from the leader. That's always possible. I wanted to go underneath that car. I just couldn't get there in time. It looked like a Comparo had lent all... It looked like one of the bloody dirt oval races with how much that was leaning through that corner. It appeared to be. The outside of Clark here. Can I duck underneath under the bridge? We can. The Durango will say thank you very much for that second place. And we will go trying to chase after the leader. But we're going to have to defend again. God. I mean, points, I need to beat Clark here. If we beat Clark, we can win this round. Clark was all the way across to the inside to try and defend. You know what? Not going to matter. I've got more grip than you, my friend. Around the outside we go, and that'll lead me back to second once more. Durango can fly through turn 1 and 2. We can see the gap that we can make there. It's incredible. I say it's incredible. It's kind of expected the way these cars have been built, but still, yeah, we should be clear now of the traffic. But it's, we've got what, like a 3-4 second gap. And I think I'm quicker than the car ahead. I'm not 2 seconds a lap quicker, which is not going to be able to make up that time. And I mean that's the luck of the random grid spots. I have certainly benefited from it plenty of times in the past, and this one just not quite going to go my way unless we have... If we have absolutely outstanding final laps and there's any mistake from that Challenger, you can see we're catching it. We can start seeing the nameplate and we're well ahead of the group behind. Points are actually looking really good for Red Team at the moment. If we can keep this up, that would be nice. Right, it's concentration time now with the Durango. Of all the tracks to have found ourselves behind, this is the one that is best for us. It's a lot of sort of stop-starty stuff, and you'll see these older cars, they're wobbling more through the corners, and it just doesn't happen with the Durango. Up ahead, there's a lot of tyre smoke. That is not what you want to be doing. Did they brush the wall on the exit? Maybe. Are they feeling the pressure of the massive SUV chasing them down again? around one of these tracks in the closing stages. We run a little wide. Hopefully the Durango won't get slowed down by street furniture. It doesn't much. That street furniture, if you brush it with like the side of the car vehicle, doesn't matter if it's full on with the front. That's what really slows you down, I believe at least. Not always, but it seems to be a fairly consistent way of dealing with it. Don't hit that wall, Christ. Oh, we're catching, but we're just going to run out of time. It would be a massive lunge if we did anything on the final. I don't think we're going to get close enough. I'm hoping to see more tyre smoke, a bit like that, really. We want to see tyre smoke. We want to see the Challenger just run a little wide, outbrake itself, get into trouble somewhere, because that's the only way we beat it. I say it's the only way we beat it. The only way we beat it with the time we have left. We've left everything else for dead. The two of us are miles clear of the rest of the field at this circuit. Oh, yeah, take out the fence. That's good for me. It means A, it clears the path a little bit. B, it probably slows you down a smidge. Still got that gap back to us. Come on, got to be absolutely perfect on this lap. And so far, I mean, we have been spot on with the Durango through these corners. This section, I would expect, again, the Durango to be able to close. We see the Challenger sliding around. We're going to be right there. It's going to be absolutely on the bumper if we get this right. Oh, it made a mistake! The pressure got to them. Oh, the Challenger clipped the inside wall. It's so easy to do that part of the circuit. Oh, it was going to be a ridiculous final corner, I suspect. Just turned in a smidge too soon. I've done that myself many a time at this track. We've seen it happen a number of times. That's unlucky. The Durango will take a victory on the streets of Edinburgh. Was rather gifted. Admittedly, though, we had to work through the traffic. Once we got there, that thing was flying. And that final lap, it was spot on up until that point. I mean, it was every apex we got. I think we carried as much speed as I bloody could with that. So, yeah, we would definitely have to work for that one. That was a good race. Unlucky for the Challenger. Yeah, Blazing did a good job just keeping that out in front, and we were chasing it. We were putting it under pressure, and yeah, it's such an easy mistake to make at that corner. You just turn in a little bit too soon. But there we go. Red team will win that round. It'll be 3-2 to blue in the end. I mean, it came down to that 50 points in that first round that we couldn't quite do it. The game might say red team wins overall. Ignore that just because we won the final round of the adventure. We don't win overall. Blue team took it. And there we go. Yeah, I like my Durango. You know, it was really very much the oddball in this one. But it was actually very good. It worked, most definitely. So I'm glad for my slightly weird, obscure choice. Here we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you'd like to sign up and take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community sign-up section, and you can register in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.